I mean, I had to, and I've known, all right, we were married for almost 22 years. We were together for 25 years. I don't regret the day of meeting him. I don't regret putting up with him for all 25 years. And that has nothing to do with him having this baby or him having this side girl for almost 15 years of our marriage.
Almost no one who has heard Wendy Williams' story with Kevin Hunter has not been taken aback by how quickly things have devolved. There is now a new twist in the case, as Kevin has come up with even more twisted up excuses to try to take her money. And while Wendy has been very quiet about things for a time, the presenter has finally chosen to break her silence on the subject, and she did so with a bang. However, in all of this drama between the former marriage, their child has now become involved. But that isn't stopping Wendy from continuing to fire shots at Hunter, so believe me when I say you don't want to miss any part of this story. I won't say much, but if I were you, I wouldn't wait until the finish of this video. To say Kevin Hunter's moves since Wendy's difficulties became public or less than ideal is an understatement, because this man hasn't been holding back in any way. According to a disturbing court document that just surfaced in public, the presenter's ex alleged that his monthly payments, which were made by the star as agreed in their divorce, abruptly ceased in February 2022. According to media reports, Hunter has requested the court to order Wendy's guardian to provide payments as contractually required under the MSA and severance agreement. Wendy was placed under financial guardianship earlier last year, as previously reported. Kevin stated in his filing that he completely relies on the monies agreed to in their marital settlement agreement to survive. "I have fallen behind on most of my bills," claimed the man himself. "I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the Homeowners Association, and I'm behind on that bill. If the Homeowners Association fees are not paid, a foreclosure will soon follow." Kevin claimed this in court as he pleaded for the home he lives in with his mistress and their love kid. In his statement, the former celebrity manager continued, saying, "My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended." In addition to the plethora of severe financial issues Wendy's ex said he was suffering, he also claimed he does not have health insurance. The father of two said that he needs hip surgery, which he cannot pay without insurance, and that he suffers from everyday discomfort as a result of his lack of care. He stated, "The fact that I am unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely emergent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living." Kevin further claimed that Wendy's guardian never explained why the payments had stopped in the first place. Wendy and her squad, on the other hand, weren't having any of it. In response to Kevin's demands and claims of entitlement, news outlets have revealed that the ex-TV host's attorney filed a claim that the star has not received income from the Wendy Williams show since October of 2021, only 1 month into what would be an entire season of the show airing without her. According to her attorney's statement, on October 15, 2021, plaintiff was informed by Talk WW that her contract was being suspended and that no compensation shall accrue or be payable to the plaintiff for the duration of the plaintiff's disability and incapacity. The divorce settlement agreement signed by the former talk show presenter and Kevin in January 2020 was cited by her attorney. If, for any reason, plaintiff's contract with Talk WW is not renewed and or is otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated and plaintiff does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary, defendant understands and agrees that all severance payments shall be subject to either termination or modification, Wendy's lawyer stated, citing the ex's agreement. Wendy's lawyer went on to say that her client hasn't been paid by Talk WW since October of 2021 and that she currently has no other television show being aired and earning her any revenue, let alone a similar compensation. Wendy's absence from her program began in September at the start of her fall 2021 season, and she was hospitalized a few days later for a psychiatric evaluation. Wendy was reportedly paid $10 million per year for the Wendy Williams show, or $55,000 per episode. However, her issues did affect not only her employment but also her income. Let me be the first to inform you that Kevin was aware of all of this and still dared to ask her for money. Wells Fargo blocked her accounts in January last year, citing fears that Wendy was of unsound mind and the bank suspected financial exploitation, dementia, or undue influence. Later, in another exclusive story, it was revealed that Wendy had been placed in a financial guardianship, which is why Kevin had mentioned her financial guardian in his court declaration. Even with how awful things were already looking for Wendy, things became even worse. According to the news specifics, before entering treatment for serious alcoholism in August last year, the anchor, who had previously stated she was sober, had multiple public episodes with alcohol. Alcohol has been a major source of difficulty for her in recent years. She is suffering severe alcoholism as well as serious health health difficulties according to an insider close to the actress. She spent time in rehab. She was receiving treatment for extreme alcoholism. For years, she had multiple doctors tell her, if you drink, you'll die. She never truly wanted to quit, and the people around her in New York encouraged her to do so. Wendy's issues at the time touched more than just her career and money, they also affected other aspects of her life, including her sons. Wendy's son, Kevin Jr., stated in court documents acquired exclusively by news outlets that he had to leave his Florida institution for a whole academic year due to his mother's medical concerns. Kevin stated in the eviction documents that his mother has always paid for his apartment. In his own words, all this happened suddenly and all the financial support that she has always given me stopped, including my housing. Kevin said his mother even paid his rent for a full year in advance for his $2 million luxury pad in March of 2021. He went on to say, when I moved in, my mom, Wendy Hunter, rented the apartment for me, paying for a full year plus security. She also stated that she intended to buy the house at the end of the lease. As the lease approached the end, my mom went through some health issues that put the court in control of her finances. Kevin mentioned the lease, which was set to expire in February 2022. Kevin Jr. went on to say that, despite his name being on the lease, his mother was paying, and that, for medical and legal reasons, she has not been able to pay the rent for the previous months after the one-year contract finished, and the court has controlled her income. Wendy's lone kid also stated that he had been back and forth between states checking on my mom's well-being for several months. The 22-year-old went on to say, everything happened very quickly and unexpectedly, and I had no idea things would end up like this. Looking at all of these details that have only come to light as a result of Wendy's health and financial concerns, isn't it amazing that Kevin Hunter was still hell-bent on extracting money from his ex by any means necessary? Let me also remind you that this is the same man that cheated on Wendy when they were married and is now married to Wendy's mistress. To say that people are angry at Kevin for still having the guts to ask for her money after everything he did to her, combined with the fact that she was literally battling for her life, is an understatement, as many of them have resorted to social media to voice their feelings. One member who shared this viewpoint wrote, Kevin Hunter is absolutely pathetic. Wendy herself doesn't have access to her own money, but you think you should. Maybe if you didn't contribute to driving her crazy, she would still be capable of working and paying for your lifestyle. Get your mistress Sharina Hudson to work. Who knows, this might be just what Kevin needs to obtain a job. But we'll have to wait for the paparazzi to stop him until we're persuaded. That concludes this video. Goodbye.